Flex City.
We're in the TVLine Comic-Con suite with the cast of DC's Legends of Tomorrow. Welcome.
Thank you.
And welcome to new series regulars Courtney Ford, Matt Ryan, and Jess McConnell. All right, so when last we tuned in, Constantine here, he busted up the beach blanket bingo party to say that...
beach blanket bingo party?
To say that you had opened a door, love. So what kind of hobgoblins is the team going to be dealing with this season as a result?
Well, all kinds. I mean, yeah, we're really going to explore many different kinds of mythologies and cultures. You know, these are creatures from a broad spectrum, and because of the heroics of last season, in typical Legends fashion, they've created a new problem for themselves, and this being that those beings from myth, legend, fairy tale have been spat out across time, and now they have to hunt them down and bag them up again.
Any famous ones that we're familiar
quite
with?
Quite a few. But again, with a legend spin on them. These are not going to be the creatures that you are familiar with in terms of the way that they're being portrayed.
Or it's friendly.
Yeah, I mean,
magical creatures.
yeah, I mean, the way we sort of flipped the superhero genre on its head by realizing that you can be like the Legends, where you're not purely super heroic or even purely, human. Like at the same time with our villains this year, or our whoever the monster of the week is, we kind of want to humanize them and find what made them the way they are, because. Again, our show is just, it started out as a very clear mission. We're taking on Vandal Savage, and then it turned into we're repairing history. And last season, our guys are just like, sometimes history is a little messed up to begin with, and part of their process is realizing that they aren't just time custodians, that they have ability to sort of change the world they live in, and so, that's why we wanted to deal with monsters. It seems like they would be pretty cut and dried missions, but of course the Legends can't help but sort of... try
We'll
to
still
get to know these
we'll still be
things.
traveling time to deal with them.
For sure.
Yeah.
So it'll be like the murderous Keebler elves in 1940 or something.
I like that.
Can we have that?
Yeah, can we have it? Yeah.
Can you sign an initial document?
Katie, what sort of new challenges will this present for Captain Sara Lance?
I think we start off the season and everything has kind of been good, and for once in Sarah's life, she's like, we're not screw-ups. Like, we did it, we defeated Mollis, and I've got a hot chick who loves me, and
So much.
is building, starting all, for the first time, to actually have, a life and something she's proud of, and connections, and all of that gets jeopardized pretty quickly. So she's gonna have a hard time with her desire to be normal and to have a real life and her duties as captain on a time ship, which makes it hard to be normal.
Maisie, you're a pretty resilient cast member. What are you able to say about how you're sticking around?
Let her go.
I think I've died basically twice already on the show, and I'm coming back again as a new character called Charlie. So she is one of the mythical fugitives that we've been speaking about. So she basically is a prankster rock chick who they stumble upon, and she's neither good nor bad. She's basically out for herself. And we sort of watch the dynamic as the team have to come to terms with this new character who resembles one of their own. And I think certainly Constantine, she is exactly what he's been trying to get rid of. So it's, can they turn her to their advantage and use her to help with their mission, or is she actually going to pose a liability and just have her own agenda?
Phil, last you and I spoke, you said you're a little bit unsure on where Constantine was actually going to hang his hat. You said he's not really kind of get a bunk on the Wave Rider kind of guy.
Right.
So have you cracked that nut yet?
Well, we have.
Has he turned the jump ship into like a swinging bachelor pad?
He, Nate is gonna find that his sort of, his concerns take him sort of back to the real world, and back to 2018, and back to like a very real kind of human story with his family. Which unfortunately leaves some room on the ship for this guy to come squat. I don't think Constantine ever really intends to live there, but he certainly likes to spread out, likes to make his presence known, likes to cook up weird things in the food fabricator that probably aren't fit for human consumption. He
Bangers and mash?
He doesn't like to wear a lot of clothing, probably going to and from the
Oh.
shower. So
9 p.m.
yeah,
Let's do it.
and you know Rory loves it. He thinks it's a blast.
Yeah, it does.
Having a half-naked wizard on the ship is a blast.
Mick's probably like, wait, we could do that? Courtney, if you're a series regular, is it safe to say Nora's officially in frenemy territory?
Frenemy. That's a really good way to put it. At the end of season 3, saw her arrested by the Time Bureau, and then Ray Palmer gives her back her father's time stone. So then she breaks out. So is she gonna stay bad and follow in her father's footsteps, or is she gonna become kind of a unlikely ally? I don't know. Complicated ally.
Okay. Jess, what's the Time Bureau's role in all of this?
Well, we're kind of, I think last season we were toe-to-toe, and we were there to fix or chastise them for everything that they did wrong. But this season, I think, especially with the love story happening and the, two powerhouse women trying to be domesticated, we're going to work together more. And, the Time Bureau and the Legends are going to form more of a bond instead of a fight.
And will Sarah ever sleep over at your place, or is it always going to be on the wave ride?
I hope so. Will you sleep over?
We've built the set, so I think it's still.
Sure hope so.
Yeah, we hope so too.
And then what's this I heard? You're not part of the crossover event this year?
No.
No? What happened?
Doing our own thing.
What'd you do wrong?
We were too busy.
Yeah.
What did we do
Yeah,
right?
What did you do right?
We're really busy. We just couldn't schedule it in. I mean, no, logistically, like,
Yeah.
it's
nightmare.
crazy. And when you have too many characters, you don't have the ability to really do good character work and to dive into these stories. And it's too much. I'm hoping actually that we start doing more like mini crossovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think
Just
like
Just characters.
get like Cisco comes on to
Or like when
Wave
Wally
Rider.
showed up to give Nate an assist. Yeah.
I hope to see a little bit more of that, but I think the Legends have really kind of set themselves apart from the rest of the Arrowverse. Like, we're very different. We're not the same kind of show as the other ones, so we don't fit as much. And so it's like we kind of are
So
staying
maybe in
our own space.
2019. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll look at our schedule.
Could be we'll check, yeah.
Who knows where in time we'll
busy.
be?
By then you could involve Batwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would like to get her on our show.
would too.
Yeah.
She should come by herself onto our show. Yes.
Yeah.
Just have like an all girls episode.
Yes.
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 Girl strip.